"2017 has been the year of bezel-less smartphones, with seemingly every new release getting slimmer and slimmer. But Sony hasn't really seemed to have gotten the memo, as they've now released the XZ1 and XZ1 Compact, two handsets that are definitely a little bit on the chunky side. But you know what? That doesn't actually stop one of them being one of my favourite phones of the year. The two phones use the classic Sony design, with two speakers located on the top of each device and a rather rectangular body that, to be frank, just looks a little bit dated. It's not all bad though, as they are very easy to hold when gaming, and the XZ1 does have a luxurious metal finish to it that really does make it feel like an expensive device. But I really think that adding curved edges would make the phones much more comfortable to hold. The main differences between the two phones do come with their size though, as the XZ1 comes packing a 5.2-inch 1080p LCD display, whereas the Compact is equipped with a smaller 4.6-inch 720p screen. Despite the unremarkable resolutions, both displays actually look rather good, with rich, vibrant colours and great viewing angles. Neither of them are OLED though, so black is slightly grey, and only the XZ1 actually supports high dynamic range. While both of these phones definitely do have their merits, I am just going to jump straight to the chase and say that it's the XZ1 Compact that really stands out for me as something different and something that I've really enjoyed using. Sure, the smaller display is a little bit harder to read, especially when you're reading long articles, and playing games and watching video isn't as impactful, and especially with its 720p display, while the pixel density is fine, it never really looks incredible. But having such a small device is something that a lot of people have missed, and a lot of people do want the option of having. And having something that does easily fit in your pocket, is super portable and can actually be operated with one hand, is actually surprisingly useful. Regardless of what screen size you're after though, both phones are really slick in operation. This is due mostly in part to the Snapdragon 835 processor, which is pretty much as high as it gets at the time of filming, and this means that it doesn't matter how small the device is, it's going to perform like one of the best. Each phone runs the latest version of Android Oreo, and comes packing 4GB of RAM. Though the XZ1 does have 64GB of flash storage, whereas the Compact sadly has to make do with 32. Both phones do support external microSD cards though, and each has a fingerprint sensor on the power button for easy unlocking. The rear cameras are identical across devices and use a 19MP f2.0 lens. The photos you take can look great, as in scenes with plenty of light, you'll normally get great detail and vibrant colours. But unfortunately the dynamic range is just way behind the class-leading Pixel 2, and you often find blown out highlights or shadows, and in scenes that aren't quite so well lit, things can get a little blurry and lacking detail. Now battery life is something that is really important to me, as I can go for hours upon hours without going anywhere near a charger, and I need a phone that can keep up. Now the XZ1 Compact comes equipped with a 2700 mAh battery, but unfortunately so does the XZ1, which puts it in a very low category for a phone of its class, and it does struggle to keep up with phones like the Pixel 2 and the OnePlus 5T, both of which use larger batteries. The Compact though is actually pretty good, as the smaller 720p screen comparatively sips power, and as such you'll easily last a normal day with great screen on time. The power management clearly isn't quite as good as it would be on the Pixel though, but I don't think you'd have many complaints, especially when you can quickly and easily top it up with Quick Charge 3.0. So overall then, there definitely is some reasons to go for the XZ1 and the XZ1 Compact, but I find that the XZ1 is actually quite difficult to recommend because it's very expensive, and while the performance is very good, the battery life definitely does suffer a little bit. But I am actually really drawn towards the Compact. There aren't many devices out there at the moment that are as small as this, and the performance and battery life are very good. So there's definitely plenty of reasons to go for the Compact if you're after a smaller device. And it does come highly recommended. If you have enjoyed this video, then please let me know. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button and subscribe for some more videos.
This is my desk.
I've got to go. Subscribe. Now is my end screen, so you got 20 seconds.
All right.
Go.
This is a quick message from Tom, the tech chap. You may recognize me from one of the UK's better YouTube tech channels compared to PC Centric, but I just like to say Marcus is a good friend of mine and his channel is fantastic. He's still quite small, so do support him, and I'm looking forward to working with him more in the future.
You're taking the piss?